Hello, everyone. Welcome to Learn English at Home 79. I'm your host, Anna. Today, we have a fun episode about pets in city apartments. Have you ever wondered what kinds of animals people keep when living in small spaces? Let us know in the comments what pets are popular in your country.
Hi, Anna. Thanks for having me. I'm Mark, and I'm excited to talk about city pets. It's a topic many learners can relate to, especially if they live in big cities like New York or Los Angeles, where space is limited.
Exactly. And we'll also learn some new vocabulary words as we go, so get ready to improve your English while discovering more about urban pets. Let's jump right in. Before we start our story, let's talk about vocabulary. Mark, why do you think learning new words is so important, especially for speaking English?
Great question, Anna. Vocabulary is the building block of any language. The more words you know, the easier it is to express your thoughts and understand others. It's like having more colors to paint your ideas with.
I love that analogy. If you only know a few words, your sentences are simple. But with more vocabulary, you can describe things better and join more conversations.
Exactly. Plus, when you learn words in context, like in stories or conversations, you remember them better. That's why today's story will help you both learn and use new vocabulary.
Let's give our listeners some tips for memorizing new English words. Mark, what helps you remember vocabulary?
One helpful strategy is to use new words in sentences right away. For example, after you learn the word apartment, try making your own sentence, like I live in an apartment near the park.
That's a great tip. Also, connecting words to pictures or real-life experiences helps. If you see a hamster at a pet store, say the word out loud and describe it.
Another tip is to review words regularly. Write them on flashcards or use language apps that quiz you. Repetition is the key to moving words from short-term memory to long-term memory.
Let's begin our story. In U.S. cities like New York City and Los Angeles, many people live in small apartments. Mark, what does apartment mean?
Great question. Now let's explain that word. An apartment is a set of rooms for living in, usually in a building with many other apartments. It's like a home, but part of a larger building.
Thanks, Mark. So, people who live in apartments, also called dwellers, often don't have big yards. Dweller means someone who lives in a place. For example, an apartment dweller is a person living in an apartment.
That's right. Even without large outdoor spaces, many apartment dwellers still want the companionship of a pet.
Let's pause for a moment. You said companionship. Do you know what that means?
Companionship means having someone or something to spend time with so you don't feel lonely. Many people like to have pets for companionship.
And what about domesticated animals?
Good question. Domesticate means to train an animal to live with humans. Cats and dogs are domesticated animals, so they are used to living with people.
So, even in small spaces, people enjoy the companionship of domesticated pets like cats and dogs. Some people feel that having a pet, even in a small apartment, can teach children responsibility. Mark, what does responsibility mean in this context?
Responsibility is when someone has to take care of something or someone. For example, children who feed and walk a pet learn to be responsible.
That's a valuable lesson. Do you think pets really help kids learn responsibility?
Absolutely. When children have to feed, clean, or play with a pet, they learn to care for others, which is a key part of growing up.
But not everyone can have pets in their apartment. Many landlords forbid pets, especially cats and dogs. Landlord means the person who owns the building or apartment and rents it to people.
Exactly. And to forbid means not to allow something. So, if a landlord forbids pets, tenants people who rent the apartment cannot have them. Sometimes, landlords worry about damage, which means harm, like pets scratching carpets.
To protect their property, landlords might ask for a deposit. Do you know what that is?
A deposit is extra money you pay when you move in. If your pet causes damage, the landlord uses the deposit to pay for repairs.
Some people pick quieter pets for apartments. For example, fish, hermit crabs, guinea pigs, or hamsters. Let's explain a few of these words. What's a hermit crab?
A hermit crab is a small animal that lives in a shell. It's called hermit because it likes to hide alone. And a hamster is a small, furry animal that often lives in a cage and runs on a wheel.
That's right. A cage is a container made of wire or bars for keeping animals. People also keep lizards, which are reptiles with scaly skin, as pets in small tanks.
These pets don't make much noise or mess. Mess means things are not clean or tidy. That's why they're popular in apartments.
Some apartment dwellers choose exotic pets. Do you know what exotic means?
Exotic means something unusual or from a faraway place. For example, a tarantula is an exotic pet. A tarantula is a large, hairy spider.
People also keep amphibians like frogs. Amphibian is an animal that can live both in water and on land. Frogs are a good example.
Some even keep hedgehog small mammals with spine-sore reptiles like pythons and lizards. But not all exotic pets are legal.
Let's talk about laws. Some cities, like New York, ban pets like ferrets, snapping turtles, pythons, and scorpions. Mark, what's a ferret?
A ferret is a small, playful animal, a bit like a weasel. A snapping turtle is a large turtle that can bite hard, and a scorpion is an insect with a stinger.
Cities make these rules to maintain public safety. To maintain means to keep something in a certain state. They don't want dangerous pets in residence homes where people live.
That's right. Some animals, like polar bears or tigers, are wild and too dangerous to keep as pets. For example, a Bengal tiger can weigh 350 pounds.
Wow! Imagine having a bear or a whale in your apartment. These laws help keep everyone safe. Now, let's connect this story to real life. Why do you think people still want pets, even if it can be difficult or expensive in apartments?
That's a good question. Pets offer companionship and can reduce stress or loneliness. But it's important to choose a pet that fits your space and lifestyle and to follow the rules to keep everyone safe.
Right. And maybe sometimes people don't think about the responsibility or the safety issues, especially with exotic pets.
Exactly. It's always good to think carefully before getting a pet and to make sure you can care for it properly.
Let's review the new words we learned today. For each word, I'll give an example sentence. Mark, help me with the explanations.
Sure, let's start. Amphibian. A frog is an amphibian because it lives in water and on land. Apartment. I live in a small apartment in the city.
Bear. A bear is a large wild animal. Bubble. The fish blew a bubble in the water. Cage. The hamster sleeps in its cage. Chew. My dog likes to chew shoes.
Companionship. Pets give us companionship. Crab. The hermit crab lives in a shell. Damage. The cat made damage to the carpet. Deposit. I paid a pet deposit to keep my dog.
Domesticate. People domesticate dogs to live with them. Dweller. He is an apartment dweller. Exotic. A tarantula is an exotic pet. Ferret. She has a ferret as a pet. Fluffy. The cat is very fluffy.
Forbid. My landlord forbids pets. Frog. The frog jumps high. Hamster. A hamster runs on a wheel. Hedgehog. The hedgehog has sharp spines. Hermit. The hermit crab lives alone.
Landlord. The landlord owns the building. Lizard. The lizard basks in the sun. Maintain. It's important to maintain safety. Mess. The dog made a mess. Polar. The polar bear lives in the Arctic.
Python. A python is a large snake. Residence. This building is my residence. Responsibility. Feeding the fish is my responsibility. Scorpion. The scorpion has a stinger. Snap. The turtle can snap.
Spider. A spider spins a web. Tarantula. A tarantula is a big spider. Tenant. The tenant pays rent. Tiger. The tiger is very strong. Turtle. The turtle moves slowly.
To remember these words, try making your own simple sentences, use pictures, or link the words to things you see in your daily life. Repeat them every few days to help them stick in your memory.
Now it's your turn. Do you have a pet, or would you like to have one? What kind of pet do you think is best for apartment living? Tell us about it in the comments or practice speaking out loud.
We'd love to hear your stories. Sharing your experiences helps you practice vocabulary and connect with other learners. Don't be shy, answer is welcome.
That's all for today's episode. Thanks for joining us and practicing your English. Remember, learning a language takes time, but every new word is a step forward.
Keep practicing every day, even if it's just for a few minutes. Try to use new words in your daily life and don't worry about making mistakes. Mistakes are part of learning.
Stay curious and enthusiastic. The more you listen, read, and speak, the better you'll become. We believe in you.
And here's a quick tip. Try recording yourself speaking about your favorite animal using today's vocabulary. It's a fun way to check your progress.
Thanks for listening to Learn English at Home 79. See you next time. Keep learning and have a wonderful day.